and honored guests. It's my absolute pleasure to welcome you all to this exciting Speechcraft educational session, proudly organized by District 105 and Division H. Today, we are stepping into an immersive experience that will sharpen our communication and leadership skills while learning the secrets behind one of Toastmasters' most powerful tools for growth, Speechcraft. Before we begin, I would like to lay down a few ground rules to ensure that our session runs smoothly. Please mute your microphones when you're not speaking. This will help avoid background noise and distractions. Keep your video switched on at all times. Respect the speaker. Kindly refrain from interrupting anyone while they are speaking unless you are called upon for participation. Active participation is encouraged. Keep your phones on silent mode to ensure the session is not interrupted. Please save any questions for the designated question and answer sessions. Refrain yourself from speaking on 3 topics: religion, politics, and sex. Remember, this is your space to practice, improve, and enjoy the Toastmasters experience. Let's make the most of this opportunity together. As we begin, let's remind ourselves of the heartbeat of District 105, the district mission. We build new clubs and support all clubs in achieving excellence. This mission is what drives us to elevate every member, every club, and every community to new heights of excellence. With that, may I now invite our versatile Division H Director, Toastmaster Manikandan, for the opening address.
Thank you, Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Shruti Abhilash. Guest Toastmaster Shruti Abhilash belongs to Wise Minds at ISG Toastmasters Club, and she is a passionate Toastmaster since 2017. And she's a teacher by profession, and during the course of her journey in Toastmaster, she has played a lot of club officer role. With that note, let me extend a warm welcome to all the dignitaries, Toastmasters, and guests who have joined us today for this wonderful educational session on mastering Speechcraft by our very own distinguished Toastmaster, Sunil Sadasivan. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the district program quality team for giving Division H the opportunity to host this wonderful event. With that note, it's time that I will take the privilege of inviting someone who truly embodies the art of communication. He is a passionate Toastmaster since 2017 and a member of Speak and Lead Toastmasters Club. He will be the moderator for today's session. Can we give a thunderous virtual applause to welcome Toastmaster Sajid on the virtual forum?
Unmute, Sajid. Division Director, unmute him.
Okay, done. Thank you so much, Division Director, for that amazing introduction. And good evening, Toastmasters. It's Saturday evening. For me, and I would definitely believe that you would agree with me, that the weekend is still young. Can I have some thumbs up, please? Wonderful. So this is the evening normally people move out with the family for a dinner eat out. This is the evening for some people who set for the next week, start of the week. And people like me, I definitely need to set for the next week, because for me, after a weekend, the next 5 days is going to be really tough. Then I get adjusted. And there are people who really go high spiritually on this evening. But Toastmasters, if all these have been kept aside and 56 participants on this platform this evening, that shows what is there for you all here when it comes to learning, when it comes to improvement of yourselves. Let's start the session with a thunderous applause for each one of us. Let's clap for ourselves. Today, before we move on to the main business of the evening, Speechcraft, we have a dignitary from the district who will be addressing the crowd. A Toastmaster, a leader who always likes to inspire and motivate people, who started his Toastmasters journey since 2003. He started his leadership journey from 2010 as a club president and never ever looked back after that. Throughout his leadership journey, he had various positions. He had sponsored 3 clubs and he is the president of the Oman Gavels Club. And he manages 40 mighty Gavels clubs in Oman. Trust me, Toastmasters, I have 2 Gaveliers at home and I know what is the difficulty. A tireless individual who works, breathes, sleeps Toastmasters. He is none other than our own program quality director, DTM Cyprian Miskit. DTM Cyprian, the virtual platform is yours now, with a big round of applause.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sajid, for those lovely introduction, for that lovely introduction. I really like the introduction. Respected past District Director, DTM Gurbinder Singh Pun, respected District Director, DTM Saiju Victor, other district officials, area directors, division directors, and my dear fellow Toastmasters, good evening. It's so nice to be here on this Saturday evening. There are other engagements for people, but people have come. There are other engagements for people, I say, because we have our ladies' feast, or the Mother Mary's feast, which is being celebrated during this weekend. And we have Ganesh Chaturthi, which is being celebrated by the others. But people have made the time still to attend this session. And that shows your dedication, your passion for Toastmasters. I would like to thank our Division Edge Director, Toastmaster Manikandan, for coordinating this session so nicely, that we are able to put this in place very smoothly. And the other thing is our district PQ program quality team, which has been coordinating this program so well. I would also like to thank DTM Sunil Sadasivan for making this effort and agreeing to take up this session and be here to give this session for all of us to understand the Speechcraft program, so that many of the Toastmasters take it up as a DTM project. I wish this event all success, and back to you, Toastmaster Sajid.
Thank you so much, Program Quality Director, for your wise words of wisdom. Toastmasters, let's move on to the main business of this evening, mastering Speechcraft. To take up this forward, we have a Toastmaster, a DTM, a person whom I have worked with, a person who will go one step ahead to support you if you reach out to him. 2021, when I was coordinating for a Division M similar event, I have experienced the immense support this DTM had extended. A postgraduate in engineering who's practicing as a project management consultant. In his own words, when I realized that life and profession can improve only through continuous metamorphosis and can remain competent only by adapting to the inevitable changes in one's ambience, and that communication is the only skill of perennial significance that bridges one with the society much more than academic and professional title. material gains, social standing, and then I joined Toastmasters. Although this happened much later in my life, I have completed one Jupiter year as Toastmaster. I chose humor as a tool to combat the challenge in life and remain stress-free, and developed a tagline to brand myself. Be blind to the darker side of things and see the lighter side of them. DTM Sunil Sadasivan. Toastmasters, please join me welcome with a thunderous round of applause and emoji applause on the screen to welcome DTM Sunil Sadasivan. DTM Sunil Sadasivan, the platform is yours, sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sajid, for saying that tagline of mine, be blind to the darker side of things and look for the lighter side of them. Now, when those who are looking at my window will find a dark background and a dark foreground. So there is nothing light about it. Now, going on, and today I'll be speaking about Speechcraft. So let me share my screen to you to start with. Where am I? Okay. You can see my screen, I guess.
Yes.
Okay. So I'll just try to share this. Where is this show? Okay. So a lot of people after joining Toastmasters, or even many of the Toastmaster members, they these days complain about a lack of membership, and they keep asking me sometimes. Some of the people come ask me, is there a way in which we can have improve our membership strength in the club? I used to tell them, I'm not aware of any kind of a magic wand which can just be waved and the members will be there. It's not going to happen. However, it is also not right that you sit back and imagine that the members will come one day. No, you need to actually be proactive and keep trying, and that is the only chance of getting members added to your club. And Speechcraft is a particular program which is designed by Toastmasters, which helps you and your clubs to add members. Speechcrafts in the past were conducted offline with the manual, and almost 20 people could be recruited for every Toastmasters program. And however, now there are certain limitations. It has moved on to the digital environment after the introduction of pathways. So here I'm talking about how a Speechcraft can be conducted, and what is Speechcraft, and how it can be conducted, and why it should be conducted, etc. Now let us see, what is this Speechcraft program? This is basically a short-term program designed to teach public speaking skills to members and non-members. So remember, it is also applicable to members. If you find there are members in your club who are not progressing as you would like to see them, then they can also be recruited to the Speechcraft program. But it is generally not advised. It is generally advised to have non-members to be recruited. For them, you will be conducting short, encapsulated size of, the Toastmasters program for them. And so that they get a little feel of what Toastmasters is all about. And it is recommended also that you conduct in your club itself. This is also a marketing tool, because a lot of people go and tell people Toastmasters can give you this, in Toastmasters you can become that, etc. But this kind of talk is not going to inspire anyone. Don't tell them what Toastmasters can do, but show them what Toastmasters does. So this is what Speechcraft is, one of those programs where you will be able to manifest in front of them what Toastmasters can actually do to people in transforming them. In the Speechcraft program, you will be recruiting a set of people, say about 5, 10, 15 or 20 persons. and they will be trained in presenting speeches, introducing other speakers, evaluating, and they can also be participating in table topics. So in that way, they get familiar with the general Toastmasters environment that prevails in your clubs. The participants, after attending a Speechcraft program, they can continue their journey by migrating into the pathways. So the whatever speeches they give there, or any kind of roles which they are taking in a Speechcraft program, does not go unnoticed or without credit. So they can all be counted. If they are migrating, they are converted into members. And also, yeah. Now, let us try to understand why Speechcraft is to be conducted. This is basically a refresher course for Toastmasters. This is what I said. That's why I said even the Toastmasters who are not progressing adequately can actually be part of Toastmasters. And also, it is quite likely that after going a little far in your pathway, you might have forgotten some of the basics, fundamentals. It happens with a lot of people. So it becomes a refresher course for you also. If you are a coordinator for the Speechcraft program, you will also get an opportunity to refresh whatever you have learned all these years being in Toastmasters. This is what the Speechcraft is doing. It is actually introducing your program to the world outside. I mean, outside the Toastmasters. Now, one of the ways that you are doing is to bring members into your club, but guests into your club, and try to convert them into members. But in a Speechcraft program, you're getting a group of people, say a group of 5, 10, 15, or 20. I mean, that is how it goes together, and you conduct special sessions for them where you will only be acting as facilitators. And for you, what is your benefit by doing that? Because it's an opportunity for you to practice leadership. So here, when you want to do a Toastmasters program, it is always done under the auspices of your club, and you will also be building a team to work along with you, to mentor the people, to guide them, etc. The Speechcrafters. Speechcrafters are the people who are the participants whom you recruit. And the coordinators are the people who train them. The coordinators are Toastmasters in good standing. It can also be, since it's a practice of leadership, it can also be considered as a DTM project. If you see the criteria for becoming a DTM, there are certain things that you need to complete in order to achieve that particular title. So one of them is to do a high performance leadership project, and always Speechcraft is considered as one of the HPL projects. So that is one advantage of it. So if you see one of the criteria which is mentioned for the DTM achievement is to act as a club sponsor or do a Speechcraft. So the Speechcraft is specifically mentioned as one of the optional criteria. And also at the end, it is also mentioned that you have to do a high performance leadership or a DTM project, in which again you can do a Speechcraft. So in fact, if you do 2 Speechcrafts in one go, I mean, it is possible, because if you are taking one, it is called a digital bundle. A digital bundle caters to 5 participants. So if you buy 2 digital bundles and do the program for 10 people, then you can consider them as 2 different events that you have considered. So you can do these 2 criteria, you can meet at one go. I mean, that is a plus point of that. You will have, and you can enhance the club experience, because every day you are having the same mundane kind of a format in which your club sessions are running. So when you have a Speechcraft conducted, then you will find, you're having a different kind of an experience which is coming into your club, and every time people like changes. As I said earlier, it helps in membership building. So these are the various reasons why Speechcraft can be conducted. And there is one more. It also helps fundraising for the club. And you will ask me how, and I will answer this later. Now, what you need to do is, if you want to coordinate a Speechcraft program, you have to buy from Toastmasters that learning, digital learning material called the digital bundle, because digital bundle is a set of materials or rights that you will be buying from Toastmasters International to conduct and act as a coordinator. So let us see what are the parts of the digital bundle. If you, this one digital bundle will cater to 5 members. 5 members, not 5 Toastmaster members. It is for one single coordinator, and the coordinator can recruit 5 participants for the Speechcraft program. Now let us see what are the contents of the digital bundle. One of them will be a coordinator's quick guide. So let us have a look at what will be here in this. So you can see here, it gives you a broad introduction about what Speechcraft program is all about, how it is to be conducted, etc. It will give you an order confirmation number because you have paid in your Toastmasters website for getting this, because it costs you $50. One bundle will cost you $50. So there you will have this order number, and this order number is extremely important if you have to log in to the website of the Speechcraft. Now, this is about where you will have the Speechcraft related matters, where you will be managing the Speechcraft in a website. That link is given here. That is www.toastmasters.org.speechcraft. There you will find information about this. Then you can, whenever you have a bundle, so first thing that you need to do is to go to this particular place. I'll show you it later. There you have to start with create an event. So if you have one bundle, you can create one event. So if you can create 2 bundles, you can create 2 events. And an event is defined as a particular one program for 5 people. So there are information in that you have to give the order number. That's why I said you should be very clear about the order number. Once you place your order, that order number will be mailed to you. And also you can go to your own profile and you can find from your purchases, your shoppings. So there you can get your order number. And then you have to enter some event details and then submit, and an event can be created. We will go through that later in detail. And now we have, this is where you will be actually managing it. It is called a Speechcraft Gateway. So this is a slightly different website. You have a link in the general website onto this. So there you will have a lot of information, and you have to fill up all this, and you have to add the members. Like you have recruited 5 people whom you want to train. So their details are to be filled up in that particular area. So here you see, this is, you have to enter their names and email IDs. So their username will be an email ID. So the people who are doing the projects, being part of a Speechcraft program, they will be logging in with their user ID. User ID is their email address, and they can find out what progress they are making being part of a Speechcraft program. And Speechcraft program is generally it is recommended to be 8 sessions. Like your club sessions, there can be 8 different sessions which are conducted exclusively for the participants. However, it is also, if you are finding it difficult to find time to conduct 8 sessions, you can actually do in 6 sessions, and it can also be compressed to 4 sessions. But it is always recommended strongly that you do 8 sessions whenever you are doing a Speechcraft program. Now, then this is the first item, the coordinator's quick start guide. So this will give you an outline of what you need to do in Speechcraft. So once you buy the bundle, you will get it. You can download it from your website, and you will get this kind of information there. Then the second item is a participants quick start guide. So you have recruited these participants. The participants should know what are they going to do. So this is a quick start guide for the participants. Now the participants will be getting a different type of an interface. How did they get this interface? Is because you have entered their name in the website as the participants of the event which you are conducting, and therefore they get the rights to log into this particular website with a different interface where they will also be able to have the facility to see how they are progressing, what are the projects they will be doing, etc. So we'll have a look at this particular document also. It shows the Speechcrafters can retrieve the registration email. So in the register, they will also get a registration email. The moment you enter their name and email, they will get a registration email. So they will create an access password, etc. And once the registration is done, they will be going into the Speechcraft gateway. It is something like your pathways base camp. So it is called Speechcraft gateway. So in the gateway is the first particular interface where they will be reaching, and then they can go to my Speechcraft learning. I mean, where you are a member, you are the coordinator, you will not be getting the same kind of an interface. It is what is applicable for the participant. So this particular document will help them understand what are they going to do in the Speechcraft. So this is about the participants quick start guide. We can go through that. I can share all these documents. You can go through that in detail. Now, this is a program overview. This is another document you'll get. So let us see what is it all about. Here it tells you what this program is about, and what do the participants get what do the participants learn by being part of a Speechcraft program. One is they learn how to choose a topic, select a topic for speech, and they will learn how to prepare their speeches in an organized manner. They will learn how to give feedbacks, that is evaluate, etc. They will learn how to bring in a point, drive home the point which they want to say, that is come with a message, how a message needs to be driven. They will learn how to use the body language and the nonverbal communication. They will learn how an evaluation speech is to be delivered. They will learn the vocal variety, which is another nonverbal communication element. They will also learn how to use powerful words, because when you are speaking, it's extremely important that the words that you use actually makes the class of your speech. So they should know what kind of words they have to use, what kind of language they need to use. Language, I'm not talking about English, Hindi, etc., but it's all about the way you are using the language. So these are all part of this particular, these are all part of the projects which they will be doing as a speech crafter. So that is the program overview. Overall, this is the third document that you will get once you buy the bundle. Then this is an overview of the pathway credit. As I told you, a speech crafter who is not yet a Toastmaster, once they go back or they just join pathways and migrate into pathways, how their projects will be considered in the pathways. And that is what this particular document is saying. I mean, this is something which you need to understand a little well. See, as usual, if that particular participant has given no speech, there is no credit. Now, if he or she has completed one speech, when he migrates into pathways, it will be considered that he has already completed his icebreaker. And if that person has completed 2 speeches, it will be counted when he is in pathways that he has completed the icebreaker and writing a speech with purpose project from pathways. If he has completed 3 speeches, actually the difference is in Speechcraft, these projects are slightly different in names, but the equivalent is if they have completed 3 projects there, then they have completed icebreaker, writing a speech with purpose, and introduction to vocal variety and body language, as projects in pathways. If they have completed 4 speeches, then it will be considered that they have completed level 1 in pathways. So being a speech crafter itself, they can complete level 1 in pathways, no matter what path they are taking. Now, if they have completed 5 projects, then it will be counted that they have completed level 1 in the chosen path, plus introduction to Toastmasters mentoring, another project in the next level. Then if they do 6 projects in Speechcraft, they have completed level 1 plus introduction to Toastmasters in mentoring and 1 level 3 elective. So it is considered, it is deemed that they have completed 1 level 3 elective. And if you complete 7 speeches, it is considered that you have completed 2 electives. So I think this part is clear. I mean, you just have to understand this is how the Speechcraft program is getting transported into pathways. Now, this is another thing you will get, which is a marketing material, which is you can actually distribute to the members before they come in, or when you are trying to get people to join the Speechcraft program. This could be a market. This is just a marketing pamphlet which you can use and distribute to them. Now, so these are the various items that you'll be getting, which I have already shown you all of them: coordinators quick start guide, participants quick start guide, program overview of the pathways credit, and the marketing material. So this, apart from that, there is something more. One is that you will also get, apart from these materials, you will also get an access to Speechcraft Gateway as a coordinator. Remember, you will get an access to the Speechcraft Gateway as a coordinator, where you will be able to authorize 5 Speechcrafters who can again log in into their interface and monitor their progress which they are making, and also they can actually find their learning material, etc. Now let us see a sample agenda of we will go to the website a little later, but I'm just telling you there is a standard format which Toastmasters have recommended for the agenda in every session. It actually broadly tells you what all things to be trained or kind of practiced in every session. As I told you, there can be 8 different sessions of what all can be included in the first session, what all can be included in the second session, etc. So this is the agenda for the first session. So in the agenda for the first session, if you see this particular agenda, I can share this also with you. You can go through it later. But I'm just telling you here, what is happening is here, primarily what you do is you will be giving an educational presentation. You will be giving the Toastmasters, the coordinator, or one of the, the team members with the coordinator will be giving a presentation on selecting the speech topic and evaluation. And only that, selecting the speech topic. Evaluation of education presentation is something which you will be doing yourself. Then they have to be prepared. The people will have to be prepared for the session 2. So here the activities are very limited. You will give them an introduction to what Speechcraft program is all about, and you will do an introduction to public speaking. You will do an introduction to table topics, and you will have an introduction to the education session on selecting the speech topics. Now, let us see what is in day 2. This is the day 2 agenda. I mean, it's a sample format which is recommended. So here, it generally starts with the table topics and then an education presentation again. And this time, the first time it was all about, what was the first education segment? It was about selection of topic. And here it is about introducing a speaker. This is the recommended education module, which you need to present to the participants. And since in the previous segment, you have given a kind of introduction to them as to how they need to give their speeches, etc. This is in the second session. They are expected to start with their icebreaker speeches. So you may, based on the time available and based on the number of people available, number of people who can be accommodated, you can have any number of icebreakers. Now here, when I'm saying, you might be wondering, I told one Speechcraft consists of 5 people, and then you can actually do 5 icebreakers and get away with it. But it may not read. That doesn't mean that everyone will be progressing in the same pace. It's not really going to happen, because sometimes you will be weighing 2 bundles. So that means you will have 2 events, but 2 events will be conducted together. And then what will happen is, you have 10 members, 10 speech crafters, and again, everyone will follow the same agenda. So you will not be able to have everybody accommodated for the icebreakers. Then in this particular segment, you will also have another education segment. And in this education module, you will be giving them how to organize a speech. And then you will also prepare them for an organized speech. So since you have already organized them for the organized speech, naturally the day 3 agenda will be for, what is it? It's all about the speech project will be, what will be the speech project? It's a focus on speech organization. Your speech topics should be focusing on organizing the speech. Again, you start with the table topics, then you go to an organized speech, then you will have evaluation of the Speechcraft speeches. Then you will have an education segment on speech purpose. Speech purpose is, there are 4 different purposes for speeches. I think many of you might be knowing. It is speaking to inform, speaking to inspire, speaking to inform, speaking to motivate, speaking to speaking to inform, speaking to inspire, speaking to persuade, and speaking to entertain. So these are the only 4 purposes of speech. And every speech in this world will fall into any one category of this, or maybe it is a hybrid of any more than one of them. So you will give them an education segment on speech purposes and how the speech purposes can be achieved by driving home a point. So this is what is supposed to be done in the third day. No, sorry, 4th day. 3rd day, you will be giving the education session. Now, coming to 4th day, and this is the typical agenda where you will have, again, you start with the table topics, then know your purpose speeches. I mean, know your purpose is the project name in Speechcraft. So here, the idea is to bring up with a message in the speech. And the speeches will be evaluated. Here, you will give them an education segment on body language, how to use the body language in the speeches. Thereafter, you will be preparing them for a speech with body language. Now, we go to the day 5. Here, naturally, the speech will be based on gestures and body languages. So that is what project number 5 or the day number 5 will be focusing on. And on that day, you will also tell them how to use the voice in the speech, the vocal variety. That is the education presentation you will give, so that they will be prepared to give such speeches in session number 6. Now going into the session number 6, here they will be giving the speeches on by using the vocal variety. Then there will be the Speechcrafters education. The coordinators will give an education session. The education session will be based on how to use the language. That is how to choose your words while speaking. And that is the primary objective of this particular education session. So that is day number 6, and day number 7 will the speeches will be focusing on the use of the words or the language, how the language is being used by the speakers. And that is what the speech crafters should focus on. Then you will also give here an education session on how to do researched presentations, because that is the next project which will be upcoming. Then day number 8 is the last session. Here you will, you will not actually make them do a research presentation, which maybe they can do after they convert themselves into Toastmasters, but we give that education session in session number 5. And here you will be, apart from doing the table topics, you will also ask them to speak on their experience as a speech crafter, because this is the last session. Okay. Then you also have the choice of bringing in a guest speaker and give a motivational speech or something like that. So this is how the agenda is recommended. As you see this agenda, you can understand it's been built up in a very systematic manner so that an education segment which is conducted in a particular session will be applied in the next session and so on. So that one skill at a time is built upon by the speech crafters. Sorry. So this is the agenda number 8. Now, after having told you about how a speechcraft is to be conducted, and you should also know who can be a speechcraft coordinator. A speechcraft coordinator has to be a member in good standing. Only a member in good standing is allowed to a valid speechcraft program by Toastmasters International. And it is also mentioned very clearly, there are some protocols related to this. According to that, the Speechcraft is a program which is to be conducted by the club, your club. So your club members should cooperate with you, that you can build up a team who will be the core team who will be working along with you. So you will learn ideas about how to plan, how to build team, etc. Then to have more information about it, we'll just have a small tour on this particular website. So I think if you can see this, you can see this, right?
Yes, it's visible.
Okay. So this is when here, I think I'm already logged in. If this is actually this particular website is, you can also log in from here. Sorry. This is called speechcraft.toastmasters.org. That is a website in which you have to go in. And here you can actually create a new event. So what you have to do is you can create a new event. That means you are going to set up the background for your Toastmasters Speechcraft program. Now here you have to select a club. So these are 4 different clubs of which I'm a member. So that is why it is showing. So I can select any of these clubs because under the auspices of which club I'll be doing. In this URL, if your club has a website, you can enter that, or if you have a Facebook page or something, you can enter that so that if you're having this particular program conducted, so the updates will be reflected in your Facebook page there. Enter order number. I have already showed you that when you are ordering this bundle, you will get an order number. The order number has to be entered here. Only with a valid order number, you will get it. Then any additional contact information like your email ID is anyway known to them, but if you have other contact information, etc. So those things, this optional, you can enter it here. Then event name, you can give an event name and name for the event. Say for example, if you have decided, because I remember in 2021, I have done a digital Speechcraft program for the students of a college in India. So it was a college called TKM College. So what we did is, the event name was Speechcraft.TKMCE, that is TKM College of Engineering. So that way you can give a event name, which will actually, suppose there are people who will be doing multiple Speechcraft programs. So it will actually help you to keep track of the events that you are conducting. Now, see, if you give this, I am ready to give the dates. This is a very, very tricky thing. And mind you, when you give the dates, here you are supposed to mention, as I told you, your Speechcraft program is going to be an 8-session program. So you have to give here what is the time at which you will be conducting the program. Suppose if it is weekly or fortnightly, you can do how many sessions. As I told, it should be 8. So you can make it 8 here, and you can put your start date. Let us say I'm tentative, just only for the showing purpose. I'm going to start this session, Speechcraft on 9/11/2024, and then this is going to, what is the time at which I'm going to conduct it? Say I'm saying it is going to be at let us say 5:44 p.m. on 9/11. That is when the first session is going to be, and the ending session is it has to be a date after that, right? So it has to be, let us say I select it as 2nd of October, and end time is same, 5:44. So these are all, just random figures. But what you have to remember, I told you this is going to be tricky, because the moment you create an event and you decide you have entered what is the end date of the program, 90 days from that date, your bundle access will expire. So make sure that you have planned your event very well, and otherwise, after 90 days, then you say, okay, no, we are not able to continue with it for another 2 months, no chance. Maybe 90 days from there, your access will expire and you will not be able to continue with it. Now, time and frequency. Say, for example, you will mention that is Monday and Wednesday at 6 to 8 p.m. So something of that kind. Whether it is online or in person, yes, you have the option of doing it online as well as in person. Your location detail, if it is in person, meaning what is the location, you can upload the map, etc. You can provide, this is another thing. Please provide a price you will charge per attendee. So you are allowed to charge the attendees as per Toastmasters International. You remember I told you at the outset, this event can be used as a fundraising event also. And it is, you can charge 12 months of Toastmasters fee. That is $120 as of now. But I'm not very sure. Earlier, Speechcraft charges were $90, maximum permissible levy from a member was 90 earlier, because that time the fees was only $45 in Toastmasters. So what they are saying is it is subject to a maximum of 12 months of Toastmasters membership fees. That is the maximum you can charge. But we were doing it freely. So, you are a coordinator, you are willing to serve your people, then you will be doing it freely. So you can, what I said is the maximum you can charge per person is $120 per person. But that is a figure you have to really verify, because earlier it was $90, and it was also mentioned that $90 is because it is 12 times the Toastmasters fee. Toastmasters fee for 12 months, 1 year. Because earlier the fees, 6 monthly fees was 45, and now it is increased to 60. So I think now you can have a maximum ceiling of up to $120 if you want to. Then after that, you say, I agree to the Toastmasters Speechcraft program. Then you will submit it. Then your event will be created. Okay. Now, we will just go to the event. Actually, this is an event which I have already created. So this is an event which I created. So when I go to that particular, this is the gateway, the Speechcraft gateway. So when I go there, I can see, go to my Speechcraft learning. So there I'll get all those material which I was talking about. Here I did not set the dates, and you know why I did not set the dates, because if I set the dates, then I'm just telling them a deadline and my bundle will expire 90 days from that date. So I did not set this date because I did not have a proper plan for doing it. I have the bundle available. Then the location also I can give only after I plan my event, actual event. Then the coordinator name is given here, a club name is given here, etc. Then assign the coordinator. So then after giving this information, I can assign the members. So if I want to assign the members, first I have to give the date and time as well as the location of this, and then only I can actually get access in listing the members. So if I want, I can assign one more new coordinator for this. That is also possible here. So this is basically as simple as that. I'm not getting into too much of details on how to do on the website. What you need to do is you can just go through. There are a lot of resources available on how a Speechcraft is to be conducted and what all things to be done. And once you go through it, then you will understand. I hope this was a little helpful to you. And if that is so, then perhaps we'll go back here and we will open out for Q&A. I know people have a lot of questions about Speechcraft, so.
Yeah, DTM Sunil, we have two questions which came up from DTM Suryakant. If I can read it out, please. And Toastmasters, any questions, please drop it in the chat box. We'll read it out and can be answered. So the first two questions which came up, can members from different clubs or areas conduct the Speechcraft program jointly? That is question number one.
As per the Toastmasters protocol, this program has to be conducted by one single club. It cannot be conducted by areas, divisions, or districts. Now, that is what their protocol is. Now, why it is so, I do not know. I mean, it can perhaps you can join together and do it, but ideally, no. In order to make sure that you are not violating the Toastmasters recommended protocols, what you can do is you can join together, have two different bundles created, and you can have two bundles purchased in the name of two members, one each from each club, and you can do it together.
All right, thank you. And
during the event, it is asking me to enter the name of the club. So I can enter only one club. So the credit will only go to one club. See, I remember when I was doing this TKMC Speechcraft, we have recruited about 10 people because we had two bundles purchased and we had two coordinators, but we had many other coordinators because we had a group of people, many of them from other clubs, etc. But they were acting as mentors to the Speechcrafters. So what we decided was throughout that period, these people will be connected to their mentors, and the mentors were mentoring each and every one of them. So you can actually work as a team. I don't think there is any harm in that. I was only telling what the Toastmasters is recommending. Yeah.
All right, so that's question number one from DTM Suryakant. The second question is, will all the home clubs of each coordinator get their due credit for conducting the program successfully? You want me to read it again? Yeah, okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay, now we have one more question from the user, or the login is D105 Zoom. How long each sessions can be held for each of these Speechcraft session?
How long with your club sessions? Generally, it is 2 hours. But in Speechcraft, what actually happens is you will try to accommodate as many speeches as possible, and you will try to accommodate some additional education segments or discussions, etc. So I personally would recommend. I mean, they are not having any kind of recommended timeline. I would recommend that you keep a time of 2.5 hours.
Okay, that answers the question. Now moving on to the next question. It's from Samra's iPhone. Okay, I have completed under Orbit Club and got certified as organizer. What about DTM? Where to apply any form?
That is in your pathways. When you are completing your pathways, that question is actually related to pathways. When you want to apply for your DTM, this credit, it is already, if you have already done this particular program online, that credit is automatically recorded under your name. So when you are applying for your DTM credit, finally, this will be counted.
Okay. The next question, should the president in any club present Speechcraft session?
Any member can.
Any member can. Yeah, that's the answer. Okay, when I was expecting. And the next question is from Shaima Savas. May you repeat the fees, please? That is question number 1. There are 3 questions. One is, may you repeat the fees?
Fees for what? Fees for the bundle.
Speech bundle, yeah.
One bundle will cost you $50.
$50. Okay.
Okay, that is if you want to recruit 5 people to participate, then it will cost you $50. That is one event. And if you want to have more, if you buy more bundles, then you can, one more bundle means you can add 5 more people. So you have to therefore make sure that your batches are in sizes of 5, 10, 15 or 20. So there is no point in having 6 people recruited, because 6 people means you buy 2 bundles and it is not really economical that way.
Okay. And the second question is, how many coordinators can host the Speechcraft?
The Speechcraft, the credit of a particular event will go to only one coordinator. But there can be an assistant coordinator or maybe a couple of other coordinators too who will be assisting him as a team. See, what we used to do is, when I was doing a Speechcraft, I had a group of people who used to assist me in doing the Speechcraft. And when one of them was doing it, I used to assist them. That is how we work in Toastmasters. Yeah.
But the credit goes to the main coordinator. The
main coordinator who is registered in the website.
Okay. And can be the third question from the same person, Shaima Sawas. Can we deliver it in both Arabic and English?
Yes. I believe it is available in Arabic also.
Okay.
I'm not very sure. I have not tried it, but I think it is available in Arabic also.
All right. We have the red card over there, but then I have 2 more questions. If I can go ahead with that, please.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's from Toastmaster Yunus. Can we include outside members in Speechcraft program, or they should be club members only?
No, the participants, Speechcraft participants are recommended to be outsiders. They are supposed to be non-Toastmasters. I told in the very beginning that you can also include Toastmasters, which is not a very recommended thing. If you think one person really requires a support, then you can include, but it is always, the idea is to target non-Toastmasters to be part of the Speechcraft program so that you can convert them into members.
Okay, so we have 2 more questions. Maybe we can go with the other proceedings, and later this session, maybe we can do it, Division Director. Is it okay? Or, yeah, perfect. DTM Sunil Sadasivan. It was much more than expected. A lot of insights. Years before, when Ravi Shastri was the coach of Indian cricket team, and when the team started losing, what he said is, go back to basics. That's the mantra. And that's what we have learned here. Toastmasters, anywhere we reach, let's go back to the basics and get prepared and get better. So thank you so much, sir. It was worth skipping those going high on spirituality today evening, missing the eat out, or getting set for the weekend, or Ganesh Chaturthi and the Mother Mary feast. But then it was really worth. Thank you so much.